Hey peeps, welcome back. We are talking The Real Housewives of Orange County, season 18, episode 17, which is the season finale.
Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks.
Well, you guys, happy November. Can you believe it's November already? I feel as if 2024 has flown by so fast. Where is the time going? Anyway, I hope everyone is having a beautiful Saturday afternoon. It is gorgeous here. I mean, it's beautiful outside, but it's about 47 degrees. Anyway, it's still nice. So, what did you guys think about this season finale? I found it to be a little lackluster. I felt as if majority of the episode was a filler until we got to the engagement party. What did you guys think? Overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, this season was an 8.5 for me. I think they really did good this season. They delivered. The ladies were working. Tamara really was, working our last damn nerve. But otherwise, I think the ladies did great. So let's get into the show. Shannon, Gina, Emily, and Jen meet up to throw axes. I thought it was hilarious when Shannon came in and she was all excited on 1,000, talking about let's whoop axe. I mean, she was cute. Anyway, I did feel sorry for her when Gina and Emily were talking about how she flew home early. I guess she got up super early before everyone else and she pretty much snuck out, took a plane home alone. I felt terrible for her. That had to have been one of the worst birthday experiences ever. But then they showed a flashback of Gina and Shannon apologized to Gina and said that she is sorry for her involvement with the situation. And Gina accepts her apology. She was extremely gracious and tells Shannon that she knows that both her and Tamara were responsible, but she is also very much aware that Shannon is trying to change. She's trying to do better. And it was not Shannon that brought it to camera, it was Tamara. Tamara has never going to try to be a better person. She doesn't want to be a better person. I did see on Nick Vale's podcast when they did an interview with Shannon, which I thought was really cute. Him and the gang on the podcast gave Shannon an applause. They thanked her for taking accountability for her DUI situation and for completing the season, standing strong and making changes, showing how she is really doing her best to try to do better. And I appreciate that. Shannon was really trying. She still is. She's focused on doing the right thing and being a better person. They asked her about her friendship with Tamara, and she says that she does not speak to Tamara and that their relationship will never be the same and there's no way to go back. She doesn't want to go back. She doesn't want to try again. She doesn't want to be friends with Tamara at all. And then they asked her what she thought about Tamara revealing that she's on the spectrum. And Shannon said, and she was extremely classy about it. She says that she doesn't like to speak about anyone's mental health. However, she wishes her the best and hopes that she gets help that she needs. I thought that was beautiful because I would have read her for filth. I'd have told those people she's a lying ass and none of that is true. She's just an evil person. Anyway, Shannon also told them that she was completely shocked that Gina has been the most loyal out of everyone in the group, and she feels absolutely terrible for all the unkind things that she has said or done to Gina in the past. The people of the podcast also told her that they believe that John Jansen and Alexis are completely obsessed with her. And Shannon says the way she looks at it, she wonders how many minutes go by every morning when Alexis wakes up with John before her name is mentioned. She absolutely believes that they are obsessed with her. And Nick says that John is definitely a bully. And I have to agree. Seeing him on this last episode claiming his love for Alexis, I said it's the same bullshit you said about Shannon. You are full of it. Shannon also says that she's still in therapy and she needs to be in a healthy relationship. whether it's friendships or romantic. She wants to make sure that she's in healthy relationships. Nick asked her what's the hardest thing that she went through watching the show back, and she says it's all the horrible things that Tamara said about her. That's what hurt her the most watching the show back. And also did an interview with People magazine, and she says that she is unsure if she will be returning to the Real Housewives of Orange County next season. She said it depends on who she would be required to work with on that season. And she's not saying that in a threatening way. She said, I experienced some time with people that were very unhealthy for me to be around. So I'm assuming that if Johnny and Alexis are back, Shannon will not. I don't think that Johnny or Alexis should be back at all, to be honest. Now, check this out.
Okay, they can't stop talking about me, so it's not exactly a bad thing. Yeah. I think the hardest thing is like these people are saying such nasty, horrible things and calling me mean. Like, look in the mirror. One thing that Bravo told me, they're like, don't even worry about them. Like, they're 3% of our viewers. Yeah. Only 3%, and they're the loudest and the meanest. I think that Instagram has gotten to a place that is just so gross. The comments to people and talking about people's weight and their looks and all, it's just death threats like that is just, it's gross. I think that they need to change the laws. I mean, I obviously get like people are welcome to their opinion, but who does that? I don't know anybody in my circle that would ever comment or say things like people do on Instagram these days.
Yeah. They're calling her mean. Why though? Why would we call you mean, Tamara? What have you done that would make us call you mean? It's crazy. She always does 10 times more than anybody else. But when they call her out on it, it's as if she's this innocent woman who has never done anything. She has never said anything to anyone, and she just can't believe it. She thinks that there should be laws to protect you, to protect her. I think that's ridiculous. What did you guys think about that? She is out of her damn mind. Everybody is supposed to be sweet to you. Okay. Girl, go to hell on. Hey, Jen comes in and she is so excited. I mean, you could just see hearts and rainbows flying off of this woman. She is ecstatic. Ryan has asked her to marry him. She has got a ginormous engagement ring, and this woman is sitting on cloud 1000. Okay. I'm not, the biggest Ryan fan, but if she's happy, I'm happy. The rest of the girls are happy for her, even though in the confessionals, Gina did make a little snarky comment. Instead of giving her this nice ring, why didn't you pay her rent? That is none of your damn business, Gina. Keep it moving, ma'am. Last I checked, your man is still legally married to somebody. I'm just saying. So Jen is letting Alexis plan her engagement party, which I don't understand that. That made zero sense to me. This is the same woman that threw you the hell out of her house. You and Katie. Why is she involved? And why is Tamara invited? Tamara should not be invited, ever. She shouldn't even be thought of. Jen tells the girls that Tamara has asked her to meet up with her. She wants to go over some proof that she has that Shannon was involved. Jen says that she doesn't want to do it. She's going to text her and let her know that she can come to the event, but she doesn't want to do it. Jen says that even if she does have proof that Shannon was involved, Shannon has apologized. Shannon is changing, and her and Shannon have moved on. She does not care what Tamara has to say about Shannon. You can see that Shannon is making steps to be a better person, a better friend. And even though she did continue to drink this season, at least she did cut back on her drinks. Tamara gets together with Alexis. Both of them is trying so hard to be victims. Anyway, they were talking about Alexis and John shopping for rings, and Bravo production must have seen the writing on the walls and took that out. Because remember, on the original previews, they showed that they were going to upset Shannon by FaceTiming, showing them shopping for rings and things like that. That didn't show up on the show. So I think that production realized that we, the people, don't give a damn. Don't put that on here. Anyway, Tamara is sitting back trying to be the victim. Shannon has ruined her relationship with Jen. Really? So all last season, you dragged the dog shit out of this woman. You brought her on this show as a friend of. Shannon didn't know her last season when y'all were talking about finding out background information on Ryan because Shannon thought that some relatives of David had gotten robbed or allegedly caught up in some Ponzi scheme that allegedly had nothing to do with Ryan. Anyway, you brought her on this show just to tell all of her business, trash talk her husband, trash talk her boyfriend. And then this season, you did the same thing. FBI, FBI. You're a liar. You're a gambler. You're a fraud. There's an investigation. You don't have any money. You were evicted. You can't take care of yourself. Oh my God. I saw on Instagram your husband and his new girlfriend. And I mean, really? Shannon did all that. Shannon is responsible for all of that, the demise of your relationship with Jen. And all you want to do is be there to support her and Ryan's marriage. We're supposed to buy that bullshit. We're supposed to believe it. You want to support. You want to wrap your arms around her and support her and Ryan's relationship. Right. Mm-hmm. We're over it. We're over you. Seeing Johnny Jansen on my TV upsets me so bad. He wants to act as if Shannon is just lying on him. We see you, John. We have seen you throughout every season that you have been on here. And every season you have portrayed yourself as a user and a drunk. That is my opinion. That is what you have shown. You have shown yourself to be a user, controlling, and a drunk. We saw that. Okay, so Shannon, she didn't have to say much. We saw you. I saw you. I saw you. I saw you. I saw you. That movie is such a good movie. Have you guys ever seen The Women of Brewster's Place? That was a good movie back in the, was it 80s or was it the early 90s? I don't even know. Anyway, so we see Jen catching up with her son. He doesn't really love school, but he was thinking about going to the military. I seen her on Watch What Happens Live, and she did say that her son has joined the military and he's going to be leaving on the 25th, I think she said, like right after Thanksgiving or something like that. So I'm wishing her and her family nothing but the very best. They check in with Heather. We find out her son Nick has sold his first house. He also sold the highest house ever in their county or something. He's also going to college and he's going off to abroad. And is anybody surprised? Absolutely not. We go over to Tamara's house and her daughter Sydney, she's a musician. She has written and recorded some music and she seems to be very passionate about it. So I wish her a lot of luck. Then we check in with Katie and her family. Her daughter has officially changed her name. She is officially Matt's daughter, which is great. I'm happy for them and their family. She has not met her birth mother yet, but they are working on it. And, you know, her and her family are just cute. I like Katie and her family. Gina and Travis. And God, I'm sick of it. You know, the whole time I thought that Gina originally asked Travis to move out because they couldn't afford a bigger house and her kids needed space and the kids were kind of asking for their own rooms and she wanted to make some remodeling and do other things like that. But I finally got it. It was for that reason, but it was also because of Travis's ex-wife. You know, according to Gina, the woman is crazy as hell, extremely toxic, and she's, you know, doing some inappropriate things. And in that case, absolutely, you gotta go. If your wife is crazy as hell, she's doing inappropriate stuff, and it's getting to be dangerous, and I have children, you gotta go. You have to go. You know, that is one of the dangers of starting a relationship and then moving in together with someone who is not legally divorced. He may be separated, but he's not divorced. And that is a difficult relationship to have. You know, she could still be crazy even if they were legally divorced, but it makes it even worse when they're not. Because, you know, she could play all kinds of crazy ass games. Travis says that he's going to stick it out with Gina, but he is not happy. You know, she's crying, he's crying, they're upset. You know, I don't know. This is the type of shit that I wouldn't be bothered with. I don't want to go through anything crazy like this. However, I think she did the right thing. You got to protect your children first. They have decided to go into therapy, but I don't know if that's going to work, especially if the soon to be ex wife is not in therapy, because it seems that, you know, according to them, she's an absolute nut. Anyway, moving on. Shane and Emily are at the house. She's trying on her old wedding dress, and Shane brings out her old wedding bouquet. And he says, "This bouquet is like our marriage, dry, boring, and lifeless." And you know what? When you're right, you're right. Moving on. All right, so Katie, she won for me. The tacky bridesmaid dress, she absolutely was number one for me. The only thing that could make this dress circa 1982 even more tacky is if it was in that Pepto Bismol pink that used to be a hit back in the day. Now, Shannon and Vicky and that man, who I don't know who that man is, in the back seat of that car trying not to wrinkle, laid across the thing. I said, this woman is that shit crazy. Um, I love me some Shannon. I really do. And this is the crazy, odd shit that I enjoy her doing. But Vicky was right. Vicky said, you look like an idiot. I said, she really does. But I'm enjoying it. I really am. Now, Heather came in second place for me. She really looked good and tacky. And I said, look at you. Now, Emily, she did not understand the assignment at all. She showed up there wearing that old wedding dress that wasn't quite fitting right. Yeah, that just didn't work. You're wearing an old wedding dress. You was a bridesmaid, okay? Or as Nene Leakes used to say, bridemaid. Anyway, Alexis is not wearing anything tacky, and Emily hit the nail on the head when she says, if anybody could nail tacky, it's Alexis, and here she is looking normal for once. I said, damn it, damn it, you didn't have to do that. Third place for me was definitely Gina. Gina came in looking tacky as hell. She looked really pretty, but it was tacky. She pulled it off. I don't really like that theme. You know what I mean? If it's going to be my engagement party, I want to look pretty, and I want all the people that came to look pretty too. You know what I mean? I don't want everybody looking tacky. I'm just saying, when Katie shows up, her and her husband don't speak to Heather and her husband. Heather and her husband, they don't speak to Katie. And both couples have the nerve to be pissed. I said, are all four of y'all's lips broke? The way y'all walked in, each couple had the opportunity to just wave or say hello. There could have been a head nod, a head bob. None of you did that. That was just childish. Nobody said hello. And then everybody has an attitude about it. Get the hell out of here. That was just ridiculous. Y'all are grown. Tamara came in and she looked tacky as hell, but you know what? She may not always look tacky, but her behavior is always tacky. So who gives a damn? Gone somewhere. Emily was drunk as hell. That woman, she can throw a bat. When Vicky comes in, Emily is hugging her. Oh, Queen Victoria. I said, what? I know like hell she's had several drinks. Because she really doesn't like Vicky that much. That was hilarious for me. Tamara saying, I guess Vicky's not talking to me. Really? You guess. You have been horrible to Vicky. You have been even worse to Shannon, and Vicky and Shannon are still friends, and they're still trying to pick up the pieces from the Trace Amiga situation. And you guess she's not talking to you. Oh, okay. Now, when Jen gets there, she's radiating happiness. The woman is happy as hell. We find out that Ryan and his friend Matt, who's, you know, having trouble with the feds, they all used to work together with Joe, the original Joe, Slade's original housewife. I said, well, it's nice to see Joe, and she was tacky looking, but she looked really nice. Anyway, Tamara's tacky ass says that she's giving up drinking. She made the decision, after the last incident. And I said, really? So the other 600 incidents over the years that you've been on here made no impact. But here recently, you're going to cut back on drinking. I said, uh-huh. Just for the evening, I'm sure. Anyway, Gina, she tells Tamara that she's over it. She's sick of it. She said, the stuff that's going on between you and Shannon and Vicky has really been impactful on Ryan, myself, Jen, and Travis. We don't deserve this. We should not have to be a part of this, and we are sick of it. She says that she doesn't understand why Tamara can't just burn the bridge. She has to burn the whole damn town. She's a despicable person. That's why she has to burn down the whole damn town. She does so much dirt, not only on camera, but off camera as well, and then has the nerve to be upset with people on social media calling her out. Gina also says that she knows that Tamara loves to call people out for their behavior, but never once will she ever take accountability for her own behavior. And she believes that Tamara is a narcissist. I personally think that she's a sociopath. I have no medical license. I am not a doctor. But I believe this woman fits the profile of a sociopath. And Tamara gives Gina that same old apology. I said, yeah, right. Same old song and dance. How she's so sorry. She values their friendship. Yeah, she values your friendship until you turn around. And then she's back to talking shit. Don't believe it. Shannon makes a comment. She says, leave it to Alexis to throw a cheap party with no food. I said, oh, that was a slasher. Zing. That was a good one. That was a good one. I laughed. I said, well, shit, that's one thing is for sure. She does tacky well. One thing that I know, when it comes to a party, please have food and drinks. That is half the battle of a good party. If you've got good food and drinks, that is half the battle. Throw in a DJ, and that is a party. It is. I'm just saying, anyway, a good DJ. Now, Max, Ryan's friend, talking about he's a money launderer. I said, oh, that is not good. Boy, the FBI is watching. Don't say that. Now, this Emily, Katie, and Heather situation, geez Louise.
I do think that because Kylie's a little bit older, we're able to talk about adult things more than I would Bandon, who's 6 years old.
How was your day?
Was Heather being a jerk? Again? for the millionth time?
Oh, Lord. It was like a mother-daughter moment. We were giggling about it. It wasn't like...
Giggling about the fact that I'm mean.
Yeah.
You know what, Katie?
I know, but...
Okay,
but
be done.
I'm done with
Heather.
I'm done with all your lies and all your coming after me and all your nonsense.
All my coming after you.
Yes.
Okay, but do you understand?
Yes,
first
laugh.
of all,
I laugh when people are being
let me
ridiculous.
talk.
Why do you think that's so
the
funny?
implication
Because
is
you're
that
always putting your nails in my face and shutting me up, and I'm over it.
Because
Okay,
you're boring
but
and
the-
you lie.
I'm not lying about it.
Listen,
You
no.
lied, and you
Listen,
swore on your
I didn't
kids,
lie.
and you lied.
That is bullshit. How?
no. Listen.
Oh, you're so
I know.
evil.
I know. I
You're
know.
so
I know.
bad at
Now, first of all, I just have to say it. Heather Dubrow calling somebody else boring. Girl, that's rich. And you are rich. But, ma'am, don't do it. Now, listen, Katie is funny to me. She rattles the hell out of Heather, and I'm here for it. These were small children. Why is this such a big deal? Why is this such a big deal? At first, at the beginning of the season, I thought that Katie was nuts. You know what I mean? I thought this lady is obsessed with Heather, and these are stupid arguments. This is a stupid battle, a stupid fight, and it is still stupid. But I understand that Katie really sets Heather off, and it seems to me that I enjoy it. Sorry. I have been a huge fan of Heather Dubrow, but Heather has pissed me off. And I appreciate Katie calling her out. Heather has been a nasty person this season. Nobody owes you anything. You are not the queen of shit, except for Casa Dubrow. But leave people the hell alone. Now, the whole thing with Emily saying that she doesn't talk in front of her kids, Emily, you kind of do. We've seen you have some inappropriate conversations in front of those kids. But at the same time, we also seen Katie and her son talking, and her son was talking, about Heather too. So I don't know how the hell this is going, but I don't know why it had to go as far as it did. Who cares? Katie's daughter, Kylie, I think it's Kylie, she did an interview and she said that Emily is absolutely lying regarding the babysitting story. She said that Emily had asked her to come back to babysit again. She said, why would she ask me to come back to babysit if her boys claimed that she had said that Heather was mean? Emily needs to own the fact that she doesn't really like Heather and says it around her house. Emily came out on social media and she said Kylie never babysat for her kids again after that weekend. What the F? Plus, after last night's episode, it's pretty clear which parent talks crap about Heather with her kids, and it's not me. Then she says, also, fun fact, the weekend that Kylie stayed with the kids was a couple of days after we filmed the golf outing where Heather and Emily got into it over the paparazzi accusations. So it looks like Emily is doubling down, saying that she never said anything about Heather in front of her children. And I don't know or care. But what I do know is Katie handled Heather very well. Heather is full of shit and she's making a mountain out of a molehill. Who cares? Did anybody notice nobody really truly called Tamara out though? Katie didn't say, Tamara, I can't believe you carried this shit back. Emily didn't say, thanks for carrying it back to Heather. Tamara is, again, the common denominator. And Tamara walking over to Jen, trying to congratulate her and give her a hug. I said it to myself again. Why exactly were you invited? Jen told Tamara, she is friends with Shannon. She's going to remain friends with Shannon. Shannon, has apologized and she believes her. She trusts her more than she trusts Tamara. She is not going to be fooled by Tamara anymore. She knows that Tamara will continue to apologize and then go forward to be a complete horrible person like she always does. She's going to say, I'm here for you, Jen. Give me a break. At some point, Jen tells her off really well that she's not here for it. And if you want to, you can leave. Go. Leave. She says, I want to be here for you. Girl, get the hell out of here. Shortly thereafter, she ends up leaving. Vicky says she has no desire to talk to Tamara. She says she's never going to change. She never has been. She never will. And she's always going to be who she is. She's a very toxic woman and she is done with her. And you know what? I believe that. Then when the girls tried to get together some sort of group picture, Shannon didn't really want to do it. She didn't really want to be around Tamara or Alexis. Alexis makes some kind of comment because Shannon decides that she's done with them. She's not going to put up with the bullshit. She's over it. Alexis says, have another drink. Something like that. I thought that was disgusting. It really was. And I was glad that Shannon left. Like, move on, go on about your business. You don't really need to be bothered. I was kind of mad that Emily says, oh my gosh, she's running off again. Emily, you have never been bullied the way Shannon has been bullied this season. Shannon tells them to their face, you guys ruined my birthday trip that I planned. You just hammered her the entire time. And something happened between Shannon and Katie's husband.
What happened?
I used to say all the time, I'm done. And then I'd come back. When I say I'm done now, I mean it. I'm done.
But maybe it's time to walk away. Because I care about you and you've been kind to me.
But see, that angers me that you say that because you don't know me at all. And I am probably the strongest person here in this group.
Shannon Bedore's not out the...
And I don't know how that went so bad. I thought that the man was trying to be supportive of Shannon. He told her, he said, because I like you, I think that if you've had enough, you can walk away. You should walk away. And Shannon took it terrible. She said that he was being rude to her. He was being disrespectful. Like, she was mad as hell. And I said, well, what? I don't get it. What did this man do to you? Nothing. Then they find out that Johnny Jansen is there to pick Alexis up. Emily and Gina.
Oh, no, oh, no. What the? Okay, Emily has...
I would charge them for that. Get the hell down. Then when the breaking news about Ryan, oh my God, Jen was devastated. She said, everybody's going to go after me. This is going to be a bloodbath. Now, Tamara and Alexis and Emily, getting together, that was a bunch of bullshit. That wasn't any kind of concern or care for her at all. And I said, Emily, why are you here for this? It seemed more friendly when you seen the conversation with Gina, Jen, and Katie.
I feel that you are in an unhealthy relationship.
But what part of him is not good for me?
Everything that's happening right now.
I was in a marriage for 23 years to a man who couldn't have a conversation with me in our own home if I begged for it. Now I have a man who feels like my best friend. I feel like I tell him everything. I feel like he tells me everything.
Jet, like, you're placing yourself in the line of fire. All your concern should be right now is for yourself and your kids.
I want you to be happy and peaceful and not worry about all this bullshit going on around you, Jen.
I don't know, sometimes I just it all up. I literally it all up.
They sounded like concerned friends. Tamra, Heather, Alexis, and Emily, it was just, let's talk trash about her, let's beat her while she's down. It didn't come off as we are concerned about her at all. And you know what pisses me off? Emily, we have seen you and Shane struggle in y'all's relationship. We have seen that marriage and, dry and boring. And the fact that none of those ladies there had any bit of compassion, they couldn't show any grace at all. And you know the old saying about rocks and glass houses. We have seen Tamara go through bad relationships and situations. It was as if they were so happy, they were gloating, they were smiling from ear to ear. And I thought, Alexis, you just helped plan her engagement party. What are you so happy about? On the after show, when they asked Shannon about Ryan and Jen, she said, I don't know too much about it, and it's not my business. That's exactly right. It's not. And you know what? They can say that Ryan is innocent, but he has immunity. So, I don't think that means he is 100% innocent. He has immunity. So clearly, he knows something. He was, he's seen or whatever. But the good thing is he's not going to jail. So he is going to be there for her. But one thing that I hope she took from this situation is that she has got to come up with a better plan. If anything happens to Ryan, you and your kids are out. If they decided to strip away his immunity or anything like that, he would have probably had to give up his home and all his other assets to pay for legal fees or to pay back whatever restitution. And then what would her and her children do? Jen, you really have got to come up with a plan on how you can survive with your children. We saw Gina do it. Yes, she's got 2 or 3 less children than you, but she did it. You can do the same thing. You have got to come up with a way to be independent. Now, it was Halloween. They did good. They looked cute. I like that. I think the season was good. I think that this was supposed to be the takedown Shannon season, and I think she came out on top, looking good, feeling good, and a changed woman. Get down in the comments, you guys. Let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.